Hey everybody, this is Jack Alwell with the Brothers on Books podcast. Here is a video on chapter 5 of Morgan Housel's The Psychology of Money. We are talking getting wealthy versus staying healthy. Once again, I'd highly recommend this book. I'm going to try not to give too many of the details away because I think you should go read it that much. But getting wealthy versus staying wealthy, these are two different skill sets. This gets back to understanding when enough is enough and understanding compounding over long periods. Now, oftentimes to get rich, people are somewhat concentrated either in their skill or the way they got it on some sort of trade or deal. But in terms of staying wealthy, they say be paranoid because it is a fight to survive. And he's got a good saying in here: more than I want big returns, I want to be financially unbreakable. And if I'm unbreakable, I actually think I'll get the biggest returns because I'll be able to stick around long enough for compounding to work wonders. Now, so basically be paranoid about what can go wrong. You want your portfolio, your life to be as robust as possible. Honestly, a personal note, when I got fired in 2016, I had these thoughts too, because I just got like sucker punched and I don't want to be in this position again to just be dipping into savings. And now I'm not able to reap the compounding effects of that money. Now, I actually was in a relatively good position because I didn't have to take out any debt to get through finding a new job, but other people aren't as fortunate as I happen to be in that instance. Now, planning is important, but the most important part of every plan is to plan on the plan not going according to plan. Okay, and that, I think, is to say be conservative in your estimations and build in, as the actuaries call it, a provision of adverse deviation, a PAD. You want to put a pad on your estimates. So if you are banking on, I guess the 4% rule in personal finance to when you can retire, when you have enough to retire, maybe you want to use a 3.5% or something that's more conservative. Or if you're doing, a flip on a house, maybe you estimate X number of dollars. Maybe you want to, and maybe in 6 months, maybe you want to add on a couple extra months, jack up the repair costs 10-20% just to give you that extra buffer to see if it makes sense to still do it when you're planning it out. So I would say, yeah, be conservative in your assumptions. I mean, and oftentimes, so people to get wealthy, you're kind of concentrated, but then to stay wealthy, you probably want to diversify a little bit away because you would prefer to just get, even if it's a little lower than the market, if you did like an all-weather portfolio, like Ray Dalio recommends or says would be the least volatile, maybe you'd prefer to go that. Because if you had $2 million, well, you don't need to be shooting to get 15-20% returns when 4 or 5% would be more than enough to sustain your life. I mean, what helps you sleep at night better, I guess, is what you got to ask yourself. So that's it for chapter 5. I will see you in the next video. And don't forget to subscribe, like this video. For chapter 6, Tails, you win. You can be wrong half the time and still make a fortune. I'll see you in the next.